Hey everyone, what is up? Jen here. So I am pre-recording the Cooking with Chef Jenn on Friday because this Friday is my son Mason's 13th birthday. And so we're going to be celebrating him and we're going to be cooking today, the night before. So I'm recording it while I'm doing it. So the first thing that we're going to do is going to be... You know what? I'm not going to tell you all that first. How about this? If you want to see what I'm cooking for my son's 13th birthday party, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is a no-bake Jell-O cheesecake. We're going to do the cherry kind because that's my preference. And this is pretty self-explanatory. If you can read directions, then you can typically cook something. There goes the 13-year-old now. It's his birthday. It's Mason's birthday. Yeah, it's his birthday. Okay, so it's going to tell you everything that you need here. You're going to need 5 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1.5 cups of cold milk. And you're just going to make the crust part with the sugar and the butter. And you're going to mix it up and you're going to just pop it into, I don't do it in like a cake pan, I do it in little mini cupcakes. So you just disperse it evenly over the 12 cupcakes in your cupcake pan, or however many you want to make, up to you. It shows you how to do it down here at the bottom. That's a little weirdo one. And then you just squeeze the topping out on top, and the filling is where the milk comes in. So you take your filling mix and your 1.5 cups of milk and you mix it up into a big mixing bowl, and you let your mixer go for like 3 to 5 minutes until it starts to get thick, and then that's when you start to assemble your Jell-O cheesecake. I am not going to do this on live camera because the directions are on the box. Okay. What I am going to do though is I am going to show you the classic birthday cake that I make for everyone. Yes, everyone in my family that wants a birthday cake. So, what I start out with for this cake is you're going to need a large pack of Jell-O. Well, no matter what kind you want, you can make this any flavor you want. That's the beauty in it. I do fruit punch for a lot of people, but my son picked strawberry for his. And you're going to need a regular, it doesn't matter what brand it is, Deluxe Moist White Cake Mix. White cake mix. I can't stress this enough. Okay? And then you're going to go and get a jet puffed marshmallow. You can get a generic in this. Does not matter. Does not affect my life. And then the other thing that you're going to need is some Cool Whip. I like the extra creamy because it goes better with the marshmallow fluff. And those are the things that we're going to need to make the cake. Plus whatever it says on the box. So you're going to need 4 egg whites, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, a cup of water, and this cake mix. So what you're going to do with the gelatin, let me do the rundown before I get started here. So it says mix 2 cups of boiling water. That's it. Mix 2 cups of boiling water, boil it up, and go ahead and dump this in. Let's see, how many, wait, I think it's 4 afterwards, so 2 and 2. Okay, so you're going to do 3. So it would technically be 4, so you're going to take 1 cup away. 3 cups of boiling hot water. You're going to mix your Jell-O into that, and then you're just going to set it aside. So, and then what I like to do, because obviously you're going to put candles on it, and then I like to get the writing icing so that I can personalize the cake. I like to get just the Great Value. It's writing icing, classic colors, pretty simple. So, for tomorrow's menu, what we're having for dinner, you guys can go and check out my how to make guacamole, because we're going to be having guacamole. And then I'm going to be cutting down a pork, it's like a pork roast loin. So it's like a really big piece of meat. You're going to need a taco seasoning mix. You're going to need fresh garlic. You're going to need onion, you know, just for your meat part. You're going to need a crock pot. I'd like to do chicken base with mine, but you can just do regular water or whatever you want. I don't care. And then I'm trying to think about what else you're going to need. Oh, corn tortillas, whether you like them white, yellow, minis, or regular, like large. You're going to need some of those. And you're also going to need some limes. You're going to need some queso fresco. Let me tell you what that is. You're going to need some fresh cilantro, but you're going to need that for your street tacos and for your guacamole. So this is your queso fresco. It's a nice white creamy cheese. It's really nice and crumbly. And we're going to put that on top of the meat for tomorrow. So I am going to go finish these little Jell-O cheesecakes, and then I'm going to come back and show you how I mix up this yummy, yummy, yummy Jell-O dump cake for my son's birthday. Be right back. Okay, so I do have some hacks here that I would like to share with you, so I'm coming back. Whenever you are making the little mini cheesecakes, take a spice bottle and another cupcake, little cup, and you're going to set it inside. You're going to set it inside and you're going to press down. And the reason that you're doing this is because you're making it, nice and pushed in. Instead of like fighting or using your knuckles or a fork or something like that, this is just a much faster, more uniformed way to press the graham cracker crust down inside so that you have a more level, nice, smooth little crust that you can bite into and that your guests can bite into. So whenever you're making it, you just want to kind of go along, press them down with this. I like things to be all the same. Don't you? Alright. And then bam, super easy. Didn't take any time at all. Your spice bottle isn't dirty. You can just pop it back up there, throw away the empty cupcake thing, and get rolling on the center. So I lied. I'm probably going to show you how to do this. BRB. Okay, so here's where the 1.5 cups of milk comes into play. You're going to just dump it in with that second bag that says filling. And you're going to make a filling, okay? So what we're going to do here is you're going to take your mixer. I just get a regular standard mixer and I put it on about 3 or 4 and you're going to run it for about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm not going to make you sit through this. Okay, after you get your filling made, you're just going to scoop it into the cups, like so, and fill them all the way up. You're going to do this to all of the cups until they're done, and then we are going to move on to the next step. Okay, so I think what my downfall is, besides the fact that I can't hold on to shit, I drop everything, and that my fan is really obnoxious, is I feel like everybody knows how to cook and most people don't. So next you're going to want to take the bag, you're just going to cut a little corner out of it. You want it to be kind of like a piping bag but with a more open hole because of course you've got cherries in there, and then you're just going to squeeze a little bit out on each one, just right in the center. Because you can come back and add more later, but you want to make sure that they all get a little something, something. You know what I mean? So we're just going to fill those. And then you're going to take the bag and you're going to start to fold it up. And you're going to roll all the good stuff that's in there to the top so that you can finish doing the rest of your little mini cheesecakes. Now, if you are like me, you're probably almost full by now in the cooking process, and you have no desire to want to eat anything else or cook anything else, but you have to because your kids are still hungry. So, I hope this helped you learn how to do the no-bake cheesecake in the little mini muffin cups. Put that one in your arsenal bag, take it to the bake sale. Do whatever you want with it, honey. It's yours. Okay, and then you just spread it out. And we've got one that doesn't have very much topping because There's inevitably going to be someone that didn't want a cherry. That someone ain't me. Alright, so all you're going to do, they're not the cutest in the little pan like this, but once you take them out, once you put them in the refrigerator for a couple hours or overnight, however you want to do it, and then you pull them out, you can take them out and put them on your little tray for people to just come up and grab one that they want and just get their little plate and go with it, okay? So, we're about to start cake. Stay tuned. Okay, next what you're going to want to do is take 3 cups of water and you're going to put it in a pot, and that pot is going to go on the stove. So 3 cups of water, we're going to turn that on to about a 7 or an 8. So we're going to do like medium high heat. And while that is boiling, we're going to come over here and we are going to mix our cake up. So I loathe the layout of my kitchen. I cannot wait to move. Thank God it's not breakable. Thanks, Mom. I just got this. Okay. So we're going to do what the cake box says to do. We're going to grab our cake mix. It's in the box. We're going to get a cup of water, which we have a cup. Okay. We're going to get half a cup of oil. Bam. I've got a lot of this shit in my house. And you're going to get 4 egg whites. So I'm going to go get the eggs. And I'm going to come back and we're going to assemble this shit right here, right now. Oh my God, so I thought, how fucking difficult can it be to film one lady cook multiple things in a kitchen? And the answer is really fucking difficult when you work in a kitchen this small and you have no angle room. So, I think I finally got it worked out. Let's get this thing moving on. Okay, so we're doing the white cake. We've got our water boiling. And on top of that, you need to have any kind of pan that you want to bake a cake in. I don't care if it's clear, if it's non-stick, it doesn't make shit to me. You need to oil it. And I mean, oil it. Or you're going to be cleaning the fuck out of it later. I just got my update that my Norvina palette and stuff will be here tomorrow. I'm so fucking high. Okay. So, we are preheating the oven to 350. Just like the cake box says. Now, here's the part that not everybody likes to do. And you need an extra bowl to put the part that you don't use of the egg into. So, we're going to crack the egg. And we just want the whites. So, we're going to go like this. And we're going to take the yolk and we're going to dump it in a bowl because we don't want to waste it. We want to be able to cook it for breakfast. We're going to have a bunch of little boys here. And they're going to do scrambled. And we're going to throw that in with it. And we are not going to be wasteful. So, super easy. Of course, before you cook, make sure you wash your hands. People appreciate that. So we're doing 4 egg whites. And the reason you're taking the yolk out is because if you leave the yolk in and you're using a white cake mix, it's completely defeating the purpose. It's going to end up being yellow cake mix. So, you don't want to do that. Plus, this will help you be able to count how many eggs you've put in. If you're throwing your shells to the side or what have you, then this will be a really easy way to keep count. Now, I'm going to rinse that off my hands. It's disgusting. And we're just going to move this right up out of the way while we continue to work. Okay? And then the box says to use a half a cup of vegetable oil. So you're going to take your cup, just any old measuring cup. If you have a half a cup, that's fine too. I prefer my large cup. And we're going to put that half cup of vegetable oil right in there. Then we're going to set that aside. And we're going to take 1 cup of water right out of the faucet. 1 cup of water. And you're going to take your mixer. Yes, I just cleaned mine after making the cheesecake. And we're going to mix this up. I think it's faster. I think it's easier to use a mixer. than it is to use an old school whisk. So BRB. Alright, when you're done mixing the cake batter, you're going to take your oiled pan, and I'm a domestic diva, a kitchen spatula or a spoon, whatever you want to use. I'm not really going to care. And we're going to scoop this cake batter into this cake pan. Dun, 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 dun. Now your oven should be already preheating before you get started. You always want to turn your oven on so it's to the proper cooking temperature. That way your stuff bakes evenly and nice and just like the box says it's going to. Now you could make a regular white cake mix and not buy like the cake box, but I'm not above it. It's consistent and it's good. So we're going to do what the box says here. I'm going to cook this for about 20 minutes and then I'm going to keep checking it with a toothpick. When nothing comes off on the toothpick in the very center, you know that your cake is done. Keep an eye on this. You do not want to overcook this cake. This is a cake that you want to be really, really moist, okay? Now, my water is boiling over here, so I'm going to move you over. And we're going to get going here. So we're going to take our cake, we're going to go in the oven, and we're going to set a kitchen timer. Now, this water is boiling. It is ready for the Kool-Aid mix that we got. Remember, whatever flavor you want for this, okay? Go ahead and turn that off. And we're going to open this up. We're going to mix this up. And the reason that we started this so early is we want it to be able to cool down a little bit because we're going to put this Jell-O, still warm, in the cake. I can't wait to show you. This is my favorite cake to make for people, and people are always like ooh and ah about it, and how did you do this, and what is this, and I never tell them how easy it is, but I'm telling on myself now. So, look at that blinding ass highlight. Hey, Mark Jacobs, what's up? Okay, so now we're going to take this, and we're going to take it off of the heat, and we're just going to set it to the side until our cake is done. And then when our cake comes out, what we're going to do is we're going to poke a bunch of holes in it. And by holes, I mean we're going to use a big ass fork. So, this is a grandma's turkey serving fork, okay? This is what we're going to use. And when the cake comes out, we're going to stab holes all in it. And then we're going to put the Jell-O on it. We're going to pour it into it so it soaks into the holes. And then we're going to cool the cake and we're going to make the topping. So, I'm going to let all this get to the place it needs to be. And I will be right back. Okay, everybody. So, I've cooked my cake. Dun, 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 dun. Looks so pretty. We did not burn it. It's perfectly done. We're going to take our big ass turkey fork. And we're just going to stab all over the cake, just back and forth, a little bit moist there, and we're just going to stab it. You want to stab all the way through so you can hear it on the other side of the pan, and you'll have to clean it because it starts to get stuck. And that's what you don't want. God dang it. So, if your fork doesn't work out, just use a knife or another fork. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Drum roll. No, just kidding. In the meantime, you should have poured your Jell-O mixture into a pourable cup. You poke the holes, and then you're going to pour your Jell-O over. Careful that you don't just get it all run off on the sides because you want it to be in the cake, not just around the cake. In it is way better, trust me. So, we're just going to pour like so. until we get the cake saturated. That doesn't mean that you're going to use the entire amount of Jell-O mixture that you made. You might. It just depends if you're like me. And then you can start to go around the edges. So the idea is that you can see it come through in the middle like that. So just keep going. I like to keep going around the outside, just the edges where it doesn't run off the side, but gets into the sides of the cake. Then you can run it along the outside a little bit more. Alright. I always use all of mine. My family likes a really nice, moist, jello-y cake. So, that's the bottom, and you can see it starting to penetrate. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So we're going to set this to the side. And we're going to grab a large mixing bowl, okay? This is the part where you're going to take your Jet Puff marshmallow and your Cool Whip. This is just an 8-ounce thing of Cool Whip, and this is a 13-ounce thing of marshmallow fluff. I'm just going to take a nice spoon, and we're going to plop that into the bowl. And make sure you get it all, because you want it all. You might leave a little for the kids to, you know, get their fix. Focus, focus. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Okay. Then you're going to take your marshmallow fluff and you're going to put it in the bowl with it. And this can be a challenge because marshmallow fluff is sticky. It does not like to work with you, and it doesn't care if you're trying to use it for something. It's going to fight against you. So I'm going to get all this out of here. Nah, fuck it. You're going to watch. I don't care. You're going to see the struggle and how real it is. How about that? Okay. You're going to get in there really good in the bottom. And I like to use all of it. I used to get the little mini one, and it was never quite enough to do what I wanted to do over the top because, let's face it, the topping is the best part. If you didn't have the topping, the cake wouldn't be that good. And if you didn't have the cake, the topping wouldn't be that good. These are literally made for each other. I learned this from I don't know where. One day I was bored, I was hungry, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start experimenting because that's what chefs do. And that's what I did that day. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. This will give me a chance to do some really cool editing stuff. There we go. Alright. We're going to dry off our hands. We're going to take another clean mixer handle. A lot of mixing going on here. And we're going to mix this up. And it is not going to want to. And you're going to have to push it back down. This is what's going to happen. It's going to all come up from the top of the mixer first. And you're thinking, why did I let her talk me into this? I'll be right back and I'll show you why. Domestic Diva back here. So, now that you've got your topping and it's mixed really, really nicely and you've made a huge fucking mess of your mixer, you're going to take this and you're going to put it over the top of the cake. Look at that, so good. Yum. Now the Cool Whip is what loosens up the mallow. And the two together make the most phenomenal frosting I've ever had in my life. And I've had a lot of cake in my life. Hashtag chef life, hashtag a lot of cake. Fat kid love cake. And you're just going to take your spatula and you're going to carefully put this on. And your cake is still going to be a little bit warm when you do this. Purpose behind it is that some of this is going to get down in the holes with your Jell-O, and the moist and the yumminess are going to all combine together. And this is going to be the best birthday cake you ever had in your life. Promise. So, then this is where your other stuff comes in. You're going to put your numbers in wherever you want them. I'm actually going to write happy, and then I'm going to put my 1 and my 3 in over here, and then I'm going to put birthday Mason, and that's it. And I will decide the colors later, but let me show these to you so you can see what they look like. These are the little writing, and so they're little bitty tubes. Look like kind of like Neosporin, but you can write with them, and they taste so good. So the two mixtures of frosting from like what you're writing and what you're actually eating are phenomenal. So, with all that being said, without further ado, I'm going to put this cake into the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. And then I'm going to put the numbers on it, and I'm going to put the decoration and all that. So, I think I might show you guys that. We'll just see how my day goes tomorrow while I'm trying to get it together. So I'd like to be able to have this up for your Friday. Ooh, excuse me! Friday night cooking with Jen. I don't want to be a loser and not post it the second week that I'm supposed to be doing it. So, what else we're going to be doing is we're going to be making homemade street tacos. And what that entails is guacamole. I already have a how I make guacamole video. You can go and find that 2 weeks ago or something. I got a half loin roast, okay? I'm going to stick some fresh garlic, some onion, a packet of taco seasoning, some other seasonings. I'm going to put it in the crock pot with a little bit of water and chicken base. I'm going to start that on low tonight before I go to bed. So I may or may not show you that. I don't know. We'll see. And then, yeah, so we're going to have the street tacos. We're going to have the little mini cheesecake bites. We're going to have the Jell-O dump cake with the mallow topping. And it's going to be so divine. Happy 13th birthday to my littlest baby, Mason Edward Cahill. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so excited for this food. So, I love you guys. Thanks for cooking with me. I'll see you in a little while. I can okay, now I can kind of see. There we go. I don't even have to get background music for the video I make. Oh! Okay, so here I am. I've got the cake out. It's been sitting overnight, and now I am going to decorate it. Mind my background noise, because I have 4 boys here. And I just wanted to be able to show you what it was going to look like. So you can see from the side that it's got a nice, almost the same height as the cake kind of layer, and that's what makes it really, really good. So I'm just going to take my little writing icing that I showed you guys last night, and we're just going to write. And they make these with like glitter. They make them like gel. They make them more like see-through. So they've got a lot of different kinds of like writing gel that you can use. And you just have to pick. I'm definitely not like a baker artiste. But I do my best. Alright. Make a little arrow. Guiding him to the 13th. And then we'll do a nice B-Day. And I would be better at this if maybe I had like a piping bag, but it's been a long time since I've done baking. Like legit cake decorating. And then we'll do Mason really big. And then always a mom touch. So that's it. And that is how you do the homemade birthday cake. I hope you guys liked it. And now I'm going to go finish the street tacos, the guacamole, all the things I have to have done before people get here. Alright, if you guys like this and you want to know how to make something else in particular, let me know for next Friday's installment of Cooking with Chef Jenn. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.